Hi everybody, welcome back to Bobby's Bees, and today I wanted to talk about what we're doing in our bee yard in Michigan in February, this time of year. Here we go. So this time of year you may be reading some bee books that you have, or maybe watching some YouTubers, getting excited for the warm temperatures in the near future. You may be attending some bee club meetings if there's any in your area, if you enjoy that. This time of year you may see some warm days, and if it gets above 45 degrees or 7 degrees Celsius, you will see your bees flying. They'll fly out, they'll do their cleansing flights. You may even see the front of some of your beehives that have bee excrement on the front. Maybe some of them are suffering from nosema. You'll be able to notice that. The bees will not defecate in the hives, so they will hold it. So once the temperatures get a little bit warmer, they can break cluster, they can move around the hive and recluster where there's more honey. Sometimes you'll find hives that froze and they had honey in the hive, they just didn't have a chance to break cluster to move. The bees generate heat by shivering their wing muscles. The center of the colony is going to stay around 90 degrees, but they can't move or break cluster unless the temperatures warm up. So depending on how big your colony is, a hive will eat on average anywhere from 50 to 60 pounds of honey to overwinter. But this time of year, if you have an opportunity, if you have a warmer day, you can crack the top of your hive. Don't do an inspection or start pulling frames or anything, but you can add sugar patties. If you'd like to see how we make our sugar patties, I'll put a video up in the corner and you can have those sugar patties ready. You can use sugar patties, you can use fondant. It's just important not to use sugar water, only because they're not going to take it unless it gets above 50 degrees. They're not going to be able to convert it. So it's best to have something like fondant or sugar patties. You want to make sure all your hive entrances are brushed off so the bees can get out. You may have to stick something in there to clean the entrance a little bit. You can always turn the disc entrances to make sure your bees can fly out that way. Depending on what kind of hive entrance you have, you can use a disc entrance, but it's important to make sure that those are open, the bees have access. And if you have to get in there and clean out the entrances with a screwdriver or some sort of utensil that you can clean, because there's going to be a lot of dead bees at the entrance and they may not be able to get out to do their cleansing flights. So you want to purchase your bees early, because a lot of those places sell out, and it's a good idea to call them and get on the list early. You can find bees through a Facebook beekeeping group. You can check Craigslist. You can even Google bees for sale near me. Those are great ways to find your bees. Just make sure you get your orders in early so they don't sell out. We're going to be doing splits early spring. Depending on how many bees overwinter, we're going to be doing splits and selling NUCS. You can get 4 NUCS out of 1 sheet of plywood. Down in the description, I'll leave a plan. It's really simple to follow, and you can build all 4 NUCS with just 1 sheet of plywood. Now you can use NUCS as a swarm trap. So studies have been done with different size traps. They've tried smaller ones, bigger ones, and the size that catches the most bees is right around a 10 frame deep. I like to make them the same size as the Langstroth hive, because then I can reuse them. So some of those old deep boxes you just don't want to use anymore because maybe the corners are just damaged, but they make great swarm traps. So we have reused a lot of old deeps and just turn them into swarm traps. This time of year you can get all those swarm traps ready. If you would rather order your bees, be sure to put your orders in early, but this is a great time to prep your traps. Make sure everything's ready to go, because you want to have those hung by May, because when they start swarming, a lot of them will swarm on the same day at the same time, and if you don't have a lot of boxes ready to go, you may not be able to catch them. So now's a great time to take inventory of your equipment. Go through all your boxes, your deeps, your NUCS. Check your bottom boards, your tops. Usually we'll always have to buy more frames in the springtime. We spend a lot of time in the cold temperatures building frames, prepping for the year, for the season. This is a great time to do that. If you have some boxes sitting around that need to be repainted or resealed, you maybe can paint some flowers on your boxes, or whatever the heck the name of your apiary. But it's important to make sure your hives are different colors, because when they're different, bees can tell if their hive is a different color from the other one. It really helps bees from floating or drifting into hives that are next to them. A lot of people make the mistake of painting all their hives the same color because they're part of the same apiary and that's what they want, but that's very confusing for bees. That actually can work against you. So have fun painting them in different colors. You can get all your equipment cleaned up. You can figure out what you may need. If you guys need any beekeeping supplies, be sure to check out our storefront. We have lots of really good deals, really cool items. You may even find something in there that you've never seen before. This is a great time of year to take all that comb from your season and melt it down. If you'd like to see how we melt down our wax to get it nice and clean, I'll put a video up in the corner. And once you have that wax, you can do so many different things. You can make lots of different candles with molds, and if you'd like to see how we make our candles, we'll put a video up in the corner for you. We'll leave descriptions down below for you to find all the candles and the molds. And also you can make chapstick really easy. It doesn't take very long, and if you'd like to see that video, we'll put that video up in the corner as well. That's what we spend this time of year doing, is all our crafts, and because we can't get out to the bee yard and we just want to do something bee related. So those warm temperatures are right around the corner, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it gave you some ideas. Be sure to check out our storefront. We have lots of cool beekeeping products. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.